We're going to do some stretching today. I'm trying to get you angled to the floor here. See if you can see. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. We're about to get this stretch going. I think I got it. Yes, let's go. I think you can see me. You are able to see me. Beautiful, beautiful. We're going to be stretching today, some floor work. Welcome in. Let's do this. Happy Monday. It is time to get movement going, right? It's Movement Monday. So I'm asking anyone that's sitting in their seats, get up. Let's move, regardless of what you do. Today I'm stretching because I'm having a little pain here in my hip groin area here. So I'm going to see if I can stretch that out. Stretching is always a good way to loosen up your limbs. I am not a professional trainer. I don't disclose to give you the information that you need in order to be able to work out. So check with a medical professional in that aspect. This is for entertainment and enjoyment purposes only. This is what I do. And I will be trying some new stretches today that I have not done in the past. So y'all get to experience some things with me, okay? So you get to experience a little bit of something with me. So give me a second while I just have a little guided situation going on here. Let's go. All right. So I hope that, again, y'all all having a beautiful Monday so far. Let's go ahead and I don't know what's happening here. Oh, there we go. All right, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to do some standing stretches. I'm going to be using some equipment. I got a little bit of equipment off here on the side. Y'all see I got my ball in the back. Those are all things you can use to stretch your body out, your back, your legs, things like that. So that's what we're going to get going on. And let me see if I don't know if y'all need the light. I guess y'all can see me pretty good. I hope that you can see me pretty good. That it ain't dark in here, I guess is really what I want it not to be. If you can see me pretty good, go ahead and tap in and let me know that you are able to see me pretty good, okay? I can see a few people coming in. Thank you for that. All right, so let's go ahead here and pause that out. All right, we'll set this down here. I'm gonna start out with, this is not a jump rope. This is a, for your stretching out of your legs. I'm gonna start here by pulling on my arms here, like so. First, let me go ahead here and as I'm doing this, I wanted to play some inspiring.
If you could be the creator of this world and you see something is missing right now to make this world the place how you would like to see it and live in it, what would it be? More kindness? More understanding amongst people? Good. Then you are the one who starts with it. You are the one who's going to initiate this movement. The movement of more kindness towards the people, more work for the community, more understanding, more connection, whatever it is you think is missing, that's already the next purpose. So the next mission of this life maybe, or can be, it might be your job to create.
Yes.
It might be your privilege to create. If you could be the creator of this world, and you see something is missing right now to make this world the place how you would like to see it and live in it, what would it be? More more kindness, more understanding amongst people, good. Then you're
So
the
I'm gonna
one
go.
who starts
We're
with it.
gonna let me get on this
You
mat
are the
so
one
I
who's
don't
going to
slide.
initiate
We're
this
gonna
movement.
put our one foot back. We're
The
gonna pull up
movement of
frontwards.
more kindness towards
Stand
the
up.
people,
Pull it up like
more
this.
work for the community, more understanding, more connection, whatever it is you think is missing, that's already the next purpose. So the next mission of this life, maybe, or can be, it might be your job to create. It might be your privilege to create. If you could be the creator of this world, and you see something is missing right now, to make this world the place how you would like to see it and live in it, try as often as you can to remind yourself and put yourself in that proper state of what you think you are. I wake up and try to not already have any type of thought from yesterday in my mind. I try to wake up empty, let's call it like this. And meaning also try to at all moments immerse myself as much as I can in the present moment.
Okay,
That's
so
what it is.
now that we stretched that out, welcome in 5Gs. Thank you for being here.
Stop jumping into the past and stop jumping into the future. Then you live in the here and now. But you must practice it. And literally meaning how you do it, make yourself empty. Because the only thing that fills your mind with past and future is
Spread our
yourself.
legs apart.
Try as
And
often
we're
as
gonna
you
go straight
can
down.
to remind yourself and put yourself in that proper state of what you think you are. I wake up and try to not already have
Try
any
to walk
type of
it out
thought from yesterday in my mind. I try
as
to
far
wake
as
up
you
empty,
can.
let's call it like this.
And walk it back.
And meaning also try to
Come
at
up.
all moments immerse
down.
myself as much as I can in the present moment. That's what it is. Yeah, live in the here and now. How you do this? To live in the here and now. Stop jumping into the past and stop jumping into the future. Then you live in the here and now. But you must practice it. And literally meaning how you do it, make yourself empty. Because the only thing that fills your mind with past and future is yourself. Try as often as you can to remind yourself and put yourself in. People know drinking too much is not good. People know smoking too much is not good. People know what is proper to say, what is not proper to say. People know. Still, in some situations, it comes out. Still, people take certain things. Yeah, why is it? Because the knowledge was just not enough to change this willingness to put it into practice. It's not the knowledge, it's not the theory, it's not about what we know, what we are supposed to do, what we can do, what we should do. It's about using the body, first of all, and express life through your body by movement. It's super strange maybe. On the one side we talk about sadness, all different types of emotions, about addictions, all of these things. Yeah, and my answer is get to know your body better. People know drinking too much is not good. People know smoking too much is not good. People know what is proper to say, what is not proper to say. People know. Still, in some situations, it comes out. Still, people take certain things. Yeah, why is it? Because the knowledge was just not enough to change this willingness to put it into practice. It's not the knowledge, it's not the theory, it's not about what we know, what we are supposed to do, what we can do, what we should do. It's about using the body, first of all, and express life through your body by movement. It's super strange maybe. On the one side we talk about sadness, all different types of emotions, about addictions, all of these things. Yeah, and my answer is get to know your body better. People know drinking too much is not good. People know there are many different things that can make one's life become and feel heavy. Too heavy with possession, too heavy with obligation. obligations, too heavy with
Go
responsibilities.
into
So you want to
pause and
become
relax
pure again,
these
you want to become
hip
light
areas
again.
here.
Well, it's time to
Coming
cut off
in.
some things and not add on. The adding on is what this world already is propagating. This is what many people are living in. The world of adding stuff up. Why? Because, like we said before, we don't feel enough. That's why we keep on adding. Also realizing right now, yeah, but when will I finally be full? Never. With this approach, never. Because you keep on looking for the answer on the outside. But this year, we have to change our internal view on the world. What do you personally want to see in the world? What do you think is missing in the world? There are many different things that can make one's life become and feel heavy.
You want to get this stretch as deep as possible. It feels good to stretch it out. We're going to see if I can get something else on here because it's, for whatever reason, it stopped. So let's stop it. Might be a sign. Greetings, welcome in. Thank you for being here. All right. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. All right. So, yeah, so let's go here. Bear with me for just a moment. Excuse me.
Every morning is not just a beginning.
All right, let's go.
It is a silent battlefield. You rise not only to face the world, but to face the voice inside your own head. The body may awaken with the sun, but the mind, it needs truth to awaken. And truth, my friends, is not soft. It is not comfortable. It does not pamper your feelings. Truth challenges you. Truth breaks your illusions. And truth, when spoken to yourself, becomes the sharpest form of self-discipline. These are the 7 hardest things you must tell yourself every morning. Not because they sound beautiful, but because they are the weapons that make you mentally unbreakable. First thing is, no one is coming to save me. Every morning when you open your eyes, there is a quiet moment, a space between sleep and awareness, where your mind is still untouched by the noise of the world. In that fragile stillness, there is one truth that must rise before anything else. But no one is coming to save me. It is a hard sentence to say, because it strips away the comfort of being rescued. From childhood, we are conditioned to believe that someone will come. A parent, a friend, a mentor, a divine hand, to pull us out when life becomes too heavy. But as you grow, you realize that life demands a different kind of courage. The courage to accept that the person who must save you has always been you. The world can guide, inspire, or help, but it cannot do your inner work. The mountain will not move for you. It will only watch to see if you are willing to climb. When you repeat this truth every morning, you begin to dismantle the illusion of dependency. You stop waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right support. You stop blaming the world for not giving you enough and start focusing on what you can build with what you already have. This realization is not cold, it is empowering. It means you are no longer a victim of circumstance, but an architect of direction. The moment you take full ownership, you reclaim the energy that was lost in waiting. You no longer expect people to understand your pain or to carry your weight. Because you see that the weight itself was meant to strengthen you. When you stop waiting to be saved, you stop living as if life owes you rescue. You start walking like someone who knows that every step, even when taken alone, is an act of power. But this mindset does not come easily. The ego resists it because it is much easier to wait than to work, to hope than to act. There will be mornings when your spirit feels tired, when your mind whispers, maybe someone will notice, maybe help will arrive. And when that thought arises, you must meet it with silence, not denial, but understanding. You must understand that the loneliness you feel is not punishment. It is the birthplace of independence. It is in solitude that strength matures. It is in responsibility that wisdom grows. When you stop asking, who will save me? And begin asking, what can I do right now to move one step forward? You shift from helplessness to control. The simple act of taking responsibility, even in small things, begins to rebuild your inner foundation. And so, every morning, when you look in the mirror, understand that the reflection staring back is both your greatest ally and your only savior. Life is not meant to hand you comfort. It is meant to reveal your capacity. The sooner you accept that no one is coming to save you, the sooner you stop wasting energy on expectation and start directing it toward creation. You become grounded in reality, not bitterness. You begin to act, not out of fear, but out of clarity. Because once you know that no one is coming, there is only one choice left, to rise. And that moment, that rising, is where transformation begins. Second thing is, I am not as disciplined as I think I am. When you wake each morning and tell yourself, I am not as disciplined as I think I am, you are not being cruel. You are being truthful. The human mind loves comfort. And one of its greatest comforts is the illusion of enough. It convinces you that your efforts are sufficient.
The illusion of enough.
That your consistency is admirable. That you have already earned the right to relax. Yet if you look deeply, you will see how easily we drift from commitment into convenience. The body may wake early, but the mind often stays asleep in pride. True discipline does not celebrate what you have already done. It questions what you could still become. When you admit that your discipline is not yet enough, you reopen the door to progress. It humbles you. It disarms your arrogance. It reminds you that mastery is not a title, but a daily choice. Discipline is a fragile state. It decays quickly when not maintained. You can be focused today and careless tomorrow, driven this week and distracted the next. The greatest mistake people make is believing that once discipline is achieved, it stays forever. But discipline is not a permanent achievement. It is a living practice. It breathes, it fluctuates, it demands renewal every single morning. When you say to yourself, I am not as disciplined as I think I am, you create awareness of this truth. You begin to notice the small places where laziness hides, the moments you delay, the promises you bend, the excuses you repeat. Each recognition is an invitation to return to alignment. The strength of your discipline is not measured by perfection, but by how quickly you return to your purpose after falling away. Many people confuse motivation with discipline. Motivation is like the wind, strong but unstable. Discipline is like the mountain, silent but immovable. When you depend on feeling inspired to act, your progress becomes fragile. But when you train your mind to act, even when you don't feel like it, you begin to taste freedom. This is why acknowledging your lack of discipline is so powerful. It removes the illusion that you need to feel good to do good. It teaches you that growth does not require comfort, only consistency. Every morning, this sentence becomes your sharpening stone. It scrapes away the dullness of pride and exposes the raw edge of potential beneath. It makes you aware that discipline is not about doing more. It is about doing what is necessary even when no one notices. To tell yourself you are not as disciplined as you think is to stay humble before your own limitations. It is to recognize that every day is another test of attention, another opportunity to honor your word. Discipline is not about control over the world. It is about control over yourself, over your reactions, your thoughts, your impulses. And the moment you believe you have mastered it, you begin to lose it. That is why humility is essential. It keeps your discipline alive.
All right. So
each morning, before the noise of the day begins, whisper it to yourself. I am not as disciplined as I think I am.
I am not as disciplined as I think I am.
Let it pierce the pride that comfort builds. Because in that honesty, you find renewal. In that humility, you find strength.
Not trying to come up
and
like
in that daily reminder,
we're not trying to come up
you
like
remain a student of your own becoming.
Pulses.
Third thing is I waste too much time.
Lifting your back
when
up
you
off.
wake in the morning and whisper to yourself, I waste too much time. It is not an insult. It is an awakening. Time is the most sacred resource you possess, yet it is also the one you treat with the least respect. You cannot see it. You cannot hold it. And because of that, you forget how precious it truly is. You scroll through hours, talk without purpose, think without direction, and convince yourself that there will always be more time tomorrow. But there will not. Each morning is a reminder that your life is not infinite, that every sunrise brings you one day closer to the end of your story. When you admit that you waste too much time, you are not condemning yourself. You are calling yourself back to awareness. You are saying, I want to live more consciously. You are reminding your spirit that existence is fragile and that each moment deserves intention. The truth is that time does not need your permission to pass. It will move whether you are ready or not. The tragedy of wasting time is not the loss of hours. It is the slow erosion of purpose. Every minute spent in distraction is a small betrayal of your own potential. You might think it's only a few minutes, but those minutes collect silently. They become habits, and habits become character. When you tell yourself every morning that you waste too much time, you awaken.
Welcome in. If you're new here on Queen's Alchemy, make sure you like the live, make sure you share the live. If you're new, welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back.
captures your
We are
life.
stretching today
So the discipline is not about filling every
and
second
listening to some.
with activity,
We're
but
stretching
about
the
giving
mind,
meaning to what you
the
choose
body,
to do.
and the spirit
The
today.
goal is not speed, but presence. To waste time is not to rest, it is to live unconsciously. Most people are not lazy because they lack ambition. They are lazy because they are distracted. The world has become skilled at stealing your focus. Every sound, every screen, every notification is designed to fragment your attention. And so, you begin to live not in hours, but in interruptions. You mistake motion for progress and business for purpose. This is why the sentence, "I waste too much time," carries such weight. It forces you to question what you truly value. It demands you to ask, what am I building with the hours I've been given? Time is the mirror of your priorities. You can tell what matters to you not by what you say, but by how you spend your day. Every morning that you admit this truth, you reclaim authority over your focus. You stop allowing the world to decide how you live, and you begin to live by choice, not by habit. The acceptance that you waste time is not a punishment. It is a doorway to transformation. It gives you the chance to begin again, to reorder your values, to remove the noise that has crept into your mind. When you truly realize that your hours are numbered, gratitude appears. You start to see the beauty in the ordinary. A breath, a conversation, a sunrise. You no longer wish to escape time. You wish to honor it. You no longer say, "I don't have time," because you understand that time was never missing. Only your awareness was. So every morning, before you rush into the noise of the day, remind yourself, "I waste too much time." Let it sting you awake. Let it remind you that life is slipping by quietly every second. And from that realization, let a quiet discipline grow. The discipline to live intentionally, to move purposefully, and to waste nothing that cannot be lived again. Fourth thing is, I am the reason for most of my problems. When you wake up and tell yourself, I am the reason for most of my problems, you step into one of the hardest and most liberating forms of honesty. It is easy to blame, to point your finger toward the world, toward other people, toward fate. The ego finds comfort in believing that life has been unfair, that you are a victim of circumstance. But every morning you speak this truth, you reclaim your power from everything outside of you. You stop waiting for people to change, for luck to improve, for life to become gentle. You realize that while you cannot control every event, you can control your reaction, your preparation, your decisions. This awareness is not meant to shame you. It is meant to awaken you. Because once you accept that you are the reason for most of your problems, you also accept that you are the source of most of your solutions. Responsibility is the birthplace of freedom, but it arrives wearing the mask of pain. When you first admit that many of your problems were created by your choices, your procrastination, your temper, your ego, your avoidance, it feels like a heavy burden. You might resist it because it forces you to confront the reality that you have been your own obstacle. But sit with that discomfort. It is not there to punish you, it is there to teach you. When you stop blaming others You start seeing the
One more
patterns
time.
that have kept you in the same cycles. You start to recognize how your emotions govern your reactions, how your impulses override your wisdom,
Breathe.
how your excuses sabotage your growth. Every morning that you tell yourself this truth, you peel away a layer of illusion. You begin to meet yourself not as a victim, but as a creator, the one who shapes their reality through awareness and action. The more you accept your responsibility, the quieter your mind becomes. You no longer waste energy on resentment, because resentment depends on the belief that someone else controls your peace.
Yes.
When you take ownership, you realize that peace is built from within, not granted by others. You begin to look at problems differently, not as punishments, but as reflections. Each problem becomes a mirror showing you something about yourself, your impatience, your pride, your lack of boundaries, or your fear of change. Instead of running from these mirrors, you start studying them. This practice of self-inquiry is the foundation of discipline. Because to master life, you must first master the self. And you cannot master what you refuse to acknowledge. So every morning, this truth becomes your teacher, silent, harsh, but deeply wise. To say, I am the reason for most of my problems, is not an act of self-blame, but of self-liberation. It means you no longer need the world to fix itself for you to be at peace. It means you can begin to rebuild. Calmly, deliberately, powerfully. You become both the architect and the builder of your life. You begin to choose thoughts that heal instead of hurt, actions that align instead of avoid, words that uplift instead of wound.
We're getting ready to bring this to close. Make sure y'all liking and loving the live. Hit that like button, share out the live, get your body moving if you haven't gotten your body moving.
Responsibility gives birth to strength.
Remember, this is Movement Monday.
Gives birth to freedom.
Today we've been listening to Shaheen Yi, I should say. Shaheen Yi. Definitely something that I incorporate in my day as I get going. And this is just to show you any type of movement is something that is good for the body. Whether you are stretching, you're physically moving, you're dancing, whatever that looks like for you, just get up, do that. Make sure that you move your body today. Today is Monday. Monday movement. Y'all know I'm on the journey to 199 pounds. I'm releasing all things that no longer serve me. That's why we're working on just not the body or what the number says on the scale, but we're also working on the mind, body, and spirit. So if you're still in here with me, I hope that you got up and moved, whether you got up and you stretched out, or if you just got up and started moving out. We're going to close this out with 2 sets of squats and another stretch to the floor and up, and then we're going to close this out, okay? So here we go. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come up. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, 2 sets of squats. We're gonna let's shake that out a little bit. I told y'all when I came in, I was having a little hip pain in here. The reason I wanted to stretch instead of, bouncing around and doing all of that, movement. But I am gonna keep my heart rate up just a little bit, just to bring it back down. Heart rate up, bring it back down. The recommended 10,000 steps are great, but some people can't get those steps in, right? So do what I'm doing. Put you on one of them watches. I don't have a watch on today. Step, just step in place, just like this. Do it for 5 minutes. Do it for 1 minute. You'd be surprised what 1 minute of stepping will get you. Do those squats. They said those squats, 10 of those, one set of 10 every hour is equivalent for 8 hours. If you're sitting at a desk, you can squat 10 times every hour. Set your timer. It's equivalent to close to a 30-minute walk. I mean, you can't beat that. And you're moving your body. So let's get our bodies moving, okay? So let's stretch this out as we get ready to close out. Let's stretch it out, y'all. Over here. We're going to bring it over here. You should be able to feel this pull when you're doing this in your hamstrings, back thigh area. That's where I feel it at, all right? I appreciate y'all all being here. Thank you for joining me today. And one thing's for sure and for certain. We can do this together. Thank you for being my accountability. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for just being who you are today. Have a beautiful and wonderful Monday. And may everything you dream of come true. In addition to that, I hope you were listening to the hardest things to tell yourself. And one of those things is, I am not disciplined. I know that sounds very crazy, but I am not disciplined definitely is something that you can say to yourself, and know that we think and our brain focuses on accomplishments. So things that's going to be accomplished. You never get to that place where you're satisfied. There's not a satisfied place for us as the beings that we are. We're always striving to do more, even when we don't think that we are. So everybody have a beautiful day. Peace and love. Peace, love, and wellness. I got my hat, my headband, my head wrap. It's all over the place. Peace, love, and wellness. Everybody have a beautiful and wonderful day. I'm out. And thank you for being here. Thank you, Coco. Thank you for being here.